Hey there, fight fans. Welcome to the SB Nation MMA live play-by-play and results stream for UFC on ESPN Plus 11, main evented by Aleksandar the Mauler Gustafsson versus Anthony Lionheart Smith. My name is Flyin Brian J. Thank you so very much for joining me. The purpose of this video is to provide you with a play-by-play style broadcast of the main card portion of this event that is being broadcast on ESPN Plus, so that you feel like you're listening to the fight card on the radio, old-timey style. If you like what we're doing here, please give the video a thumbs up. We'll be talking about the fights as we go. I'll be doing the play-by-play. Also, you guys will be my co-hosts, so I will ask you, like, if you're watching the fights and hanging out with me at the same time, how you would score a round, yada yada, so forth and so on. I think we're going to see a lot of violence. I think that this main card is going to be pretty exciting, and we're going to see a lot of finishes. The prelims were, they were decent. They weren't anything to write home about, but there were some highlights that were nearly mind-blowing. Or if they weren't mind-blowing, gosh darn it, they sure were memorable. For instance, Leonardo Santos knocked out Stevie Ray in the first round with almost the same exact strike that he knocked out Kevin Lee with 3 years ago. A pull away, kind of slapping right straight counter sent Stevie Ray to the shadow realm. That was 3 fights ago. It was magnificent. Right after that, Santos jumped out of the cage and ran to the locker room, and he ended up coming back. But I thought, dude, if he just goes to the locker room and calls it a day, quick one-punch knockout, walk-off Mark Hunt style, and then just run to the locker room, that would be epic. But he came back and he said that he wants to fight more often. He wants to fight somebody ranked in the top 10. Whatever you want to do, Leonardo Santos, I hope you fight more often, because we hadn't seen him in 966 days. What's up, Big E McFarlane, Uncle Hank? My friends, Vlad Kotov. I don't know. I don't speak Russian. Sorry, man. Shoot. But let's, so we're going to talk about the prelims that we've watched already. And we're going to get to talking about our picks, predictions for the main card portion. Uncle Hank and Big E, what did you think of those prelims? What rating out of 10 would you give them? And also, what do you think about the broadcast team? So we've got John Gooden, Dan Hardy, and also Paul the Irish Dragon Felder. What do you think about the chemistry and just your viewing or listening experience of this broadcast booth? I think it's the second time they've done this for a UFC Europe card. And, it's okay. It's not the best, but I just want to know what you think of what's happening. Let's pull up the fight card. JV loves it because he loves Dan Hardy. Sounds good. I love Paul Felder, so that's a win for me. We're both getting wins here, JV. Brandon, Darko Stoicic's billed as Krokop's protege, but the dude doesn't kick and can't jab. UFC lied to me. My mic's a little hot, isn't it? Maybe I'm talking too loud. Yeah, that he did not look very good, did he? Brandon's talking about Darko Stoicic losing to Devin Clark, I think, in the second fight of the night it was. Big E says 8 out of 10. They were pretty damn good. I've been more entertained by the prelims than I thought I would be. That is for certain. All right, let's Saren says that Manuwa and Gustafsson both win. So from the MMA All-Stars, is that their team name? Uncle Hank hasn't signed up for ESPN Plus yet and about to cancel Fight Pass. So that's why you're here, my dude. Thank you so much for letting me provide you with some content. Because we're moving over to the main card portion, right now what we're watching on ESPN Plus is a hype package for the main event. So we're looking at Anthony Smith knocking out Rashad Evans, knocking out Mauricio Shogun Hua, knocking out Hector Lombard, submitting Volkan Oezdemir, who was supposed to fight on this card against Ilir the Sledgehammer Latifi, but Latifi was forced to pull out with a back injury, I believe. Do you remember when Alex Gustafsson fought John Jones for the title the first time, and they billed it as like the tallest fight in UFC light heavyweight history? Well, Smith's a little bit shorter than Jones, but I mean, these are two really tall guys. I listened to the co-main event podcast, and they were like, I can't believe they're not billing this as a really tall fight like they did back then. Neotic says, when will the main event happen, basically? So the UFC normally has it timed out, but we're on ESPN Plus, so maybe it won't be as timed out. But so there are 5 fights on the main card. So the first one starts at noon, my time, which is now. Second one, noon 30. 1:30, 2 o'clock. So, right? Noon 30. 1:30. 2 o'clock. Gets over at 2:30. And then we'll do a post-fight show. JV says, sort of lucky for Latifi, to be honest. I think another loss, which was likely, would mean he gets cut. I don't know. He's got kind of a weird cult following. Maybe he wouldn't have got cut. Brandon, Tanya Evinger went from being the mom bod fighter to grandmom bod. That cyborg beating seems to have ruined her durability. So he's talking about the second to last fight on the ESPN 2 prelims, on the prelim portion, wherever you watch them, where Tanya Evinger lost via unanimous decision to Lena Landsberg and did not look good. Her body, like you mentioned, she looked really soft. And she didn't do much other than clinch up against the fence, try for takedown. She had Lena's back for a brief moment in the second round. Other than that, Tanya Evinger didn't do a whole lot against Lena Landsberg. And Lena Landsberg hasn't been lighting it up in the UFC either. I mean, she came in as a sacrificial lamb to Cyborg, lost there. Defeated Lucy Pudilova, kind of controversially. Then lost to Aspen Ladd, defeated Gina Mazzani. Lost to Yana Kunitskaya, and beat Tanya Evinger. I think Tanya Evinger might get cut. She's lost 3 in a row. She almost got finished tonight via ground and pound from Lena Landsberg. If that would have happened, she would have lost 3 in a row via KO or TKO. I'd like to see a rematch Yana Kunitskaya, or a third fight with Kunitskaya. She had 2 back-to-back fights there where it was originally an armbar win for Kunitskaya, overturned because Tanya Evinger appealed it, and then she defeated Kunitskaya the next fight via rear naked choke. Let's just run that back, third time. Either that or we cut Tanya Evinger and she can go back to Invicta. Big E McFarland said Darren Till should fight Gunnar Nelson next because they were 2 losers of the main welterweight fights on the Masvidal Till card. All right. Yeah, that's a good call, Brandon. Whoops, wrong button. Boop. All right. Let's get ready for our first fight. Boop. No. That's my Twitter. Nope, not that. Here we go. Okay, I need to change that window capture. No, fucking shit. Shut that off. All right, we're going to be talking about the first fight on the main card, which is Daniel Tamer, the younger and not as good Tamer, against UFC debutant Sung Benjoe. Tale of the tape. We don't have a tail of the tape on UFC.com. This is going to do us no good at all. Well, hopefully we can at least get the Biggie McFarland says, why not go for Benjoe? I think Benjoe's going to knock Daniel Tamer out. I don't think Daniel Tamer's that good. He's on a 3-fight losing streak in the UFC. He came into the UFC undefeated, but he really wasn't undefeated. And let me tell you why. I once, yeah, clear size advantage. I don't know which fight it was in the pre-UFC career of Daniel Tamer, but in one of his fights, he got knocked out, and then his brother, David Tamer, and the rest of his team went in the cage and protested the stoppage, and the ref was like, okay, because they were like threatening to beat the referee up, so the referee restarted the fight, and then Daniel won the fight after getting knocked out. Like he even got, you know, like hit in the head, and he like did a nosedive at the canvas. And so that's why the referee called it off. His team protested, and then he ended up getting the win. So that was some shady shit. So his real record, in my mind, should be 5-4, not 6-3. And he's on a 3-fight losing streak. His last 2 fights he got finished in. Yeah, this Tamer's not nearly as good as his brother, says Neil T. Just call me Mike. Says Tamer wins by decision or knockout in the second round. Very specific. Sung is 5-1, 9-0 with all finishes. Oh, 5-11, 9-0 with all finishes. Geez, he's tall for this weight class. And Charles Todd says this Tamer always disappoints. All right, and the Tamer we've been kind of talking smack about is now in the SB Nation MMA Prep Point, brought to you by BloodyElbow.com and MMAmania.com. He's got 6 first-round finishes. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. So, UFC on the broadcast says that Daniel Tamer has... Oh, yeah, he does. My bad. 6 first-round finishes. Yes, he does. Okay. And he's a Swedish national kickboxing champion. Uncle Hank the brewer job's going phenomenal so far. Made 1,860 gallons of beer on Wednesday and Thursday. A Prairie Peach Wheat, which I'll have to get myself one of those soon. Yeah, I love it. I love it a lot more than my last job. Moving around a lot. All right, and now we've got both guys inside of the octagon. As you can see on what I've got here, we're going to show the stats right here. I'll have a fight clock up down there by the Thunderhead Brewing logo. I'll tell you what round it is with how many red rectangles there are down there, and we'll score the fight way over there. And the results for each fight on the main card will be down there on the edge of the screen. And I think June will probably put the results for the prelims in the description box. All right, Bruce Buffer has the microphone. We are about to get it on. Daniel Tamer's wearing yellow Muay Thai trunks, fighting out of the red corner. Got the red tape around his gloves. And Benjoe, fighting out of the blue corner. Looks calm, cool, collected, just kind of leaning up against the fence, stretching his chest out, it looks like. And he is wearing red trunks. Fighting out of Seoul, South Korea. He's a -145 favorite, 9-0. The UFC has him at 6 foot tall and 145 pounds. Holy crap. 6 foot, 145. That is a thin guy, but he, like Brandon says, he is looking fresh. He's looking good. I think he knocks Daniel Tamer out. All right, let's get them stats ready. There we go. That's good enough for the stats in the middle of the screen. And I'm going to have, but we're not going to be matched up with those stats. We're going to be matched up with the clock down low. So pay attention more to the clock down low than to those stats. Wish I could pause those stats or put them on a delay, but I can't, so. All right, Revan Saber, our referee. Luciana Andrade, our ring girl. Here we go. Fight's on. They meet in the center of the cage. They touch gloves. Both men are in the orthodox stance. Tamer, you can tell he's got kind of this Muay Thai kickboxing style. He's kind of light on his front leg. He's got a little bit of hop on his front leg as he's moving forward. Tamer's walking Benjoe down. Benjoe's on the edge of the cage now, circling to his right is Benjoe, trying to get himself corkscrewed back to the middle of the cage. Avoids an inside leg kick from Tamer. Inside leg kick lands for Tamer. Ooh, a big left hook lands for Tamer, and he might have Benjoe hurt. Benjoe ate a flurry from Tamer. Ooh, wow, Tamer's aggressive right now. Tamer's in on a single leg up against the fence after in on a flurry of punches. I was just kind of enjoying it instead of calling it out to you guys. Sorry about that. Tamer's in on the single leg. He had the left leg of Benjoe elevated, but he can't get the takedown. He kind of gave up on it. Yeah, he gave up on it now. Now he's just pushing Benjoe up against the fence. Benjoe had a one hook clinch, hit a knee to the body on Tamer. Tamer backed away from it. Tamer's looking good. Tamer looks... I talked some smack about him in the lead up to this fight. Counter left hook lands for Benjoe. After he does that, Tamer presses forward, tries for a sweep takedown, and he gets it. A knee to the face lands for Benjoe. Then a left high kick. Just the toes grates the face of Tamer. Tamer in on a takedown again. A blast double leg, and he gets it. Tamer blasted. Now Benjoe has Tamer in his full guard. Tamer's on top. One hook to the body lands. Benjoe trying to get his guard really high here. Thank you for subscribing. The Funny Farm. Benjoe had a wrist control on the left arm of Tamer. Looked to throw his legs up high, but couldn't do anything with it. Ate a couple of ground and pound strikes from Tamer. Tamer in complete control of this fight right now. Tamer stands up. He's posturing up, maybe going to look for some ground and pound. Tried to pass to side control. Didn't get there. Benjoe regards. Benjoe going for an armbar attempt. Nice defense by Tamer. Triangle attempt now from Benjoe off of his back. Ooh, almost have it. Almost has it. Nope. Tamer smashes his way out of a triangle attempt. Nice work off of his back from Benjoe, but still in control of the fight is the younger Tamer brother. All right, June's here. How you doing, June? Ooh, a couple of right hands land ground and pound for Tamer. Nice. Very nice. All right, yeah. There's another one. Not a lot crack-a-lacking right now. While we're waiting for some action to happen, please consider giving the video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. My goal for thumbs up on this video is 200. With your help, we can get there. Benjoe kicks Tamer off. Tamer follows him back to the ground. Almost had Benjoe's back. Benjoe got out of it. And then briefly was on top of Tamer. Tamer gets back to his feet. And as Tamer gets back to his feet, he pays for it with a right hand. We're on the feet here on the outside of the double stripe. Tamer presses forward with a couple of hooks. Landed a strong left as he gets into the clinch up against the fence now. Tamer has a right underhook and he's got left wrist control on Benjoe with his left hand. Ooh, big right hooks from Tamer land on Benjoe, but Benjoe's fine. He's out of the clinch now. We're at a distance, right on the edge of the double stripe. Benjoe moving a little bit to his right. Tamer with the high guard, got the right hand right up near his ear. Benjoe still light on his feet, moving laterally. I was wondering the same thing, Neil. What Neil said was he's liking the aggression of Tamer right now, but he's wondering if it'll hinder him if this fight goes past 8 minutes. Think about the stat that I was questioning like before the fight started. Tamer has all 6 of his wins are first round finishes. So he's into the second round now. He has been to the second round. He's just not won a fight that's gone to the second round. This has been an entertaining fight so far. Yes, it has indeed. But that first round clearly on the side of Daniel Tamer. Bam. We're going to give that. Let's indicate that we're in the second round now. Bam. And we'll get the fight clock ready. Big E McFarland says Benjoe seems like he has nice cardio. He certainly does. He is breathing kind of heavy in the corner between rounds. He looks a little dejected. Well, maybe not. Man, he's a tall son of a gun. Tall drink of water is Benjoe. All right, here we go. Getting ready for round number dos. El numero dos. Here we go. Round number 2 begins. We are in the center of the cage now. Both guys in that orthodox stance. Benjoe has his lead hand long out in front of him. Got the right hand cocked by his ear, by his chin. Moving to his right. They're touching lead hands, which is something that happens a lot when we have an open guard situation in a southpaw versus an orthodox. Tamer comes forward with a left uppercut attempt and needs a counter right straight from Benjoe. Inside leg kick lands for Tamer. Left high kick blocked. Benjoe attempted a left high kick. He was blocked by Tamer. Dan Hardy's mentioning that Daniel Tamer's stalking his opponent right now. If he throws one that lands, he'll throw 15 after, he says. Benjoe lands a right outside low kick, and it's countered with a left, like a hook from Tamer that landed. Both things landed. Big E McFarland says it's crazy that Zabit is even taller than Benjoe. That's a fucking crazy stat. 145 pounds and over 6 foot tall. That's insane to me. Inside low kick lands for Tamer. They're touching lead hands. Right high kick missed, and a spinning back fist behind it. Both missed from Benjoe. Tamer thought it was entertaining. Gives him a fiver. Hey, yeah, slap hand, slap hand. Benjoe moving laterally to his right. Neil T. Tamer has lost every fight that went past the first round. 2 subs and a decision. He's still in control right now, but we're not past that 8-minute mark that you mentioned. 7 minutes into the fight now. I'm listening to Dan Hardy saying that he can see in the body language of Daniel Tamer when he's going to throw his left hook. He gets a little bob at him and then he throws the left hook. Maybe if Dan Hardy can see it, maybe the person who Tamer's fighting, Benjoe, can see it as well. Who knows? Now we are midway through the fight. Tamer comes in on a strike attempt and he eats a clinched knee. It might have landed on the chin from Benjoe. Inside low kick lands for Tamer. Benjoe briefly switches to a southpaw stance. Didn't do anything with it. Benjoe is switching back and forth from between orthodox and southpaw stances as he's continuing to move laterally to his right. Bouncing in left hook, missed from Benjoe. Inside low kick barely missed from Tamer. Tamer has the center of the octagon. He has control of this fight. He's clearly in the lead, and he's kind of coasting right now. He's not doing as much. Ooh, a left kick to the body landed big for Benjoe. Those would be great because, as Neil talked about, the cardio of Tamer could come into question, and if Benjoe were to invest in some body kicks and some body work, they could pay dividends later. A couple of leg kicks land for Tamer. Left high kick on the guard from Benjoe onto the guard of Tamer. Knee to the body lands for Benjoe. Benjoe needs to get more of those clinches. Clinch knees to the body, like we're talking about. Needs to wear down the cardio of Tamer. Tamer's doing the thing like his brother did against, no, actually like Drakkar Klose did to his brother when they fought. Tamer's moving forward and Benjoe's backing away from his forward pressure. Tamer decided to just stop and be like, he's running away from me. What do you want me to do? Jumping knee to the face, attempted from Benjoe. That was kind of fun. JV says Benjoe seems really passive. Yes, he does. Lead left hook to a right straight behind it. Both missed from Benjoe. A brief moment of forward pressure returned by Daniel Tamer, returning to being in control of the center of the octagon and with the forward momentum. Octagon control. Clearly 2-0 Tamer. Not a very eventful round there. Through 25 minutes, we've landed a total of 38 strikes between the two guys. Not ideal, my friends. Benjoe's corner says we got this? I don't think you do, bud. Tamer. Copy. Paste duplicate. And Tamer won the second round. There it is. Benjoe's corner is telling him to take it easy and try to lure him. I'm pretty sure that he's been doing that this whole time and it's not working, Benjoe's corner. Tell Benjoe to get out there and get wild. Get a little loose, bub. Being passive aggressive isn't happening for you, Captain. Okay, though. Here we go. Start round 3. Whoop. No, I guess not. Hold on. Okay, now start round 3. Here we go. Yeah, that was awful corner work, JV. Terrible. Keep doing what you're doing. You're losing. Clearly 2-0. Keep doing what you're doing, though. You want to... Whatever. Okay. Tamer on the front foot, moving forward, pawing the jab out there. They're touching lead hands quite a bit. Benjoe on trying to stay on the outside of the lead foot of Tamer, I'm guessing. Moving to his right on the edge of the double stripe. Jab missed from Benjoe. Yeah, Dan Hardy right now is saying that Benjoe looks very timid. Couple of lead hooks missed from Benjoe. Okay. Not a lot crapping in right now. Inside low kick lands for Tamer. Inside low kick attempted from Tamer but missed. Benjoe, you need to get crazy, man. Benjoe is losing right now. He's got 3 minutes and 44 seconds, 3 minutes and 40 seconds to get a stoppage. It doesn't look like he's going to get it. If he stays this passive. Overhand right to takedown attempt, kind of Team Alpha Male style for Benjoe. Knees to the body lands for Benjoe. A boot sweep land for Tamer. Blast double leg takedown landed for Tamer. Left high kick as they get up from that takedown attempt landed for Benjoe. Overhand left lands for Tamer. Counter right landed for Benjoe. Right on the outside of the double stripe. Overhand right missed for Tamer. Right high kick landed barely with the toes on the face of Benjoe from Tamer. Outside low kick lands for Tamer. One, two, and a takedown attempt from Benjoe. And it's countered with a boot sweep from Tamer. Now, Tamer is up in the full guard of Benjoe. Benjoe's looking for submissions off of his back again. Benjoe has his left foot on the hips of Tamer. Got the right leg over the rump of Tamer. Tamer was briefly postured up, maybe going to look for some ground and pound. Benjoe is on his back, looks kind of dejected, has his right arm draped over the back of Tamer. So Tamer's corner knows that Benjoe's just looking for a triangle off of his back, as Dan Hardy mentions. Benjoe's now going for a knee bar attempt. No dice. Tamer right out of it. Tamer dropped back for a leg lock, didn't get it, gets back to his feet, overhand right landed. Tamer seems pleased with his performance so far. He's got a smile on his face. Inside low kick lands for Tamer. If you appreciate the radio style play-by-play that I'm giving you, please give the video a thumbs up. My goal on this video is 200. Big overhand right lands and then a left behind it for Daniel Tamer. Tamer's in on a single leg attempt. Benjoe defending well. Later, Neil. Have fun. Have a good day, buddy. Knee to the body lands for Benjoe. It might have hurt Tamer. Tamer on the back foot for a second here, but Benjoe has no urgency at all. Big swing with the left hand for Benjoe did not land. He seems like he's got like a lacking cardio right now. Benjoe seems a little tired. Benjoe took a couple of stutter steps forward, then goes to the right round kick that went right over the head of Daniel Tamer. 1-2 lands for Benjoe. Ooh, a right hand land for Benjoe. Might have wobbled the legs of Tamer a little bit. So now Benjoe is on the front foot, eats an overhand right from Tamer, backs him off of Freckle. Center of the cage here, right on top of the Thunderhead Brewing logo. Damn it. (30-27) Daniel Tamer, and he's crying because he just got a win in the octagon. Was that his first win in the cage, in the octagon? Yes, that'll be Daniel Tamer's first win inside of the octagon. 30-27 across the board. Yeah, I'm disappointed in Benjoe too, Big E. Not a great showing. My camera's a little blown out. I'm gonna shut my light off and see if it looks better. Nope. Well, yeah, so okay. Daniel Tamer getting his first win in the cage. It wasn't fight of the night. It was a very solid performance. Benjoe lost. For sure, 30-27. I don't think we really need to put it up there, do we? No. And let's get the results updated right now. Next up, I don't think we don't really need to talk about that fight much now, you know, forever again, really. But up next, we've got Damir Hadzovic versus Christos Giagos. One judge gave it 29-28. Daniel Kid Dynamite Tamer, and he's going to be crying a little bit. He's face down on the canvas crying. Daniel Tamer's right now describing why he's so happy, why he's crying. He said it's not about the money or shit like this. For me, it's about my goal. He's got to have goals in life, and this goal was to get a win in the octagon. But I mean, obviously English isn't his first language, and he speaks more languages than I do, but I'm having a difficult time understanding his English. What the fuck? This guy's a goofy son of a gun. He said, but tonight it's despacito. I don't know the word, so I say burrito. I don't know the word, so I say paquito. Daniel Tamer defeated Son Benjoe via decision. Next up, we've got Damir Hadzovic. He's like Russian, right? Well, let's look up where he's from. Damir Hadzovic. Hadzovic is Bosnian. He's from Bosnia. And he's fighting the American Iagos. Damir is coming off of a TKO win over Marco Polo Reyes. Before that, he beat Nick Hine via split decision. Before that, he lost the decision to Alan Patrick. Defeated Marcin Held in his second octagon appearance with a knee that was just gorgeous. Really awesome. Okay, let's go with the next card, or the next fight. We'll start talking about it. Beep. Here's the tail of the tape, my dudes. Iagos is 1 inch taller at 5'10". He's got a 1.5 inch reach advantage. And that's about it. Everything else is, where's Mike Goldberg when you need him? Virtually identical. Both guys, most of their wins come via KO or TKO. They have a really long average fight time. Both of them almost go a full 2 rounds each time they're in that cage. Significant strikes landed per minute. Big advantage for Damir Hadzovic. Absorbed, not big advantage for Damir Hadzovic. That just tells me he gets some more firefights, these numbers on the side here. Grappling. This is where a lot of people think that Iagos has a good chance to win. He averages about 2 takedowns per fight, and he's going to be in there looking to get those. He does not have a background in wrestling, but he does try to implement a lot of takedown, ground and pound control in his mixed martial arts fights. That's how he defeated Dakota Cochran a long time ago in the LFA. Big E has Hadzovic over Iagos just because of that cringy video they played at the weigh-ins for Iagos. I didn't see it. JV likes Hadzovic here. Yet me as well. Me as well. Damn, I lost 5 units. Okay, let's get this popping. Move on to the next fight. No real need to sell us on fights that we're already going to watch. Let's get to them, the UFC. Got a long day ahead of us. Jimmy Crute. Okay. Oh yeah, we got to reset the time, the scorecard. Ba-ba. I don't know why that's pertinent information, Big E, but I'll say it out loud. Iagos said he likes to fight and watch chick flicks with his girl. Charles Todd says that Hadzovic is tough. He's a very tough guy. You can just see he just looks like a tough dude. He looks like Oh, Tamer, the Bosnian bomber, Hadzovic. That is a cool nickname, June. Well, I don't get... We just had a decision. Let's move on with these fights here, guys. What's with this pacing? Let's get it popping. They're selling us on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, which starts on June 18th. And it's almost every week after that, except for not on July 2nd. All right, guys, who are you picking to win between Tamer Hadzovic and Christos Iagos? Let's say I gave you 20 bucks and I said you had to bet it on one of these two guys. Who are you betting on? 20 bucks. Well, let's do a betting calculator. I'll pull up my bet calculator. Bang. Reset that. Bam. Okay, so Hadzovic is minus 155. Come back on Iagos plus 145. So minus 155, and we're going to put 20 bucks on it. You would win $12.90 if you bet on Tamer Hadzovic plus 145. And you put 20 bucks on it, you would win $29 by betting on Christos Iagos. So who would you put your money on if I gave you 20 bucks and said you had to put it on one of these two guys? I feel like it's more likely that we would get a win from Tamer Hadzovic, as we've been talking about. I think that he's going to be able to keep the fight on the feet. He's the better striker. I feel like he's going to have the better gas tank than Iagos. And I'll take my $12.50. Yeah, says Hadzovic, third round KO. And Charles Todd says Hadzovic, first round TKO. I think it's going to take a little bit for Iagos to get tired on these takedown attempts. So I would say late second round finish for Hadzovic. For Tamer Hadzovic. I still don't understand why we're not moving along. How long has it been since... Let's just see how long it's been since, like, Bloody Elbow or Zane Simon for Bloody Elbow tweeted that Tamer won that fight. 10 minutes ago. We have the decision read 10 minutes ago. I don't get why we need to wait so freaking long to go to the next fight. And now we're going to watch a little hype video on Hadzovic versus Iagos. While we're waiting, let's pull this back to the tail of the tape. And we can talk about the prelims a little bit. Or the fights that have already happened. Or maybe some of the next fights. This fight card isn't that good. There's not a lot of name value on the card. There's not a lot of substance beyond the main event. Maybe the co-main event. But my brother, my older brother, who's a casual fight fan at most, knew that Gustafsson was fighting Anthony Smith today. So that's clearly the only fight that anybody cares about. So who are you guys picking to win the main event of the evening? Let's get the odds out of here. Gustafsson is minus 300. The comeback on Anthony Lionheart Smith is plus 270. These guys are similar in their striking abilities. Smith's more reckless in the striking. He throws more kicks than Gustafsson. Gustafsson's got good boxing, good lateral movement, footwork. Smith likes to absorb some offense from his opponent, let them kind of get off on something before firing back with a string of combinations. Ground game, I think, there's a huge advantage for Gustafsson. I don't think Smith has a very good ground game. So I predict that Gustafsson's actually just going to take Smith down and maybe ride out a 25-minute, not that exciting decision. But I want Smith to win. He's from like my wife's hometown, pretty much. He's from Nebraska. Got to cheer for the hometown guy. But what do you guys think? What's up, Liam? Awesome Man 1. Oi Yeet Yeet says Gustafsson's going to win. Charles Todd says Gus wins, or he should move to heavyweight. That'd be interesting to see him at heavyweight anyway. Yeah, says Gus via 4th round submission. Liam says it's a close fight. Gus takes the decision. Right now, we've got Christos Iagos in the SB Nation MMA Prep Point, brought to you by BloodyElbow.com and MMAmania.com, the only 2 websites on the entire planet you'll ever need to go to get your mixed martial arts news. And he is in the octagon. He is wearing blue board shorts with a kind of slit up the side and fighting out of the blue corner. Fighting out of the USA. Oh, Duke Gunner says Smith via KO. Big E says Gus with a decision. I don't see Gus via submission. That'd be interesting. And now making his way to the cage right now is Tamer, the Bosnian bomber. Hadzovic fighting out of Gorazde, Bosnia. He will be wearing black boxer briefs, or Eddie Mercado calls them Vale Tudo shorts. They look like boxer briefs. You know, they're like long underwear. They're like just more substantial compression shorts. He looks calm. I can't tell what he's walking out to. Tonal Bitcher says Gus via decision. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. My goal for this live broadcast is 200 thumbs up by the end of the video. And please subscribe to the channel as the Funny Farm has, as Sasma? I can't pronounce that. Sosaman, OTF, Connor Sankey, Jordan Blias, Jonathan Breland, Josue, Pedro Blas Rios, Armin Amjad. Thank you all so much for subscribing. Bailey Hulse says Gus via 3rd round KO or TKO. Hadzovic has back-to-back wins. He is now inside of the octagon, which is sponsored on this episode of the live stream by Thunderhead Brewing out of Axtell or Kearney, Nebraska. Slyface the Crying Dude says Gus has the best boxing in the UFC. I don't know about that. He's got really good boxing for the light heavyweight division. I'll give him that. All right, tail of the tape now. We've got 3 years older is Hadzovic at 32. He's 1 inch shorter at 5'9". And I already told you, a la Mike Goldberg, everything else is virtually identical. Fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 16 wins, 7 losses, standing 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Hawthorne, California, he is a plus 140 underdog, Christos the Spartan Iagos. There are too many Spartans in the UFC, don't you agree? Even though we have one less now because of the departure of Elias the Spartan Theodorou. Fighting out of Copenhagen, Denmark, the Bosnian bomber Damir Hadzovic. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Rich Mitchell. I grew up with there was a kid from my hometown named Mitch Mitchell. He was a real bitch. Christos Iagos. Yeah, Pitbull's way overused too. Just call me Mike. Oh, here we go. Round number 1. They don't touch gloves in the center of the cage. Both guys were in the orthodox stance. Hadzovic is the one pressing forward. He's got his guard high. Iagos, outside low kick lands. Front kick to the face, blocked. Iagos blocked the front kick attempt from Hadzovic. SR says, win or lose, Gus is going to retire tonight in Stockholm. Maybe. Remember when he got knocked out by Rumble Johnson? Ooh, left. Oh, fucking hard left. Sorry for the cursing. Hard left kick to the body landed for Iagos. Man, like a baseball bat to the ribs. Good gosh. Jab miss from Iagos. Takedown attempt from Iagos. Ooh, great takedown defense. Pressing the head down. Did Hadzovic. Hadzovic with a stepping in knee to the body. Eats the right hand for his efforts. Right straight to wide left. Both missed from Iagos. Right straight to the body landed for Iagos. Ooh, a two to a left, like shovel hook to the body. The shovel hook to the body landed for Iagos. Man, I thought he would be the one that might have the cardio issues, but this body work might pay off in the long run. Overhand right on the guard of Hadzovic from Iagos. Iagos moving back into his left. Jab cross missed from Iagos. Hadzovic is moving forward. Iagos looks to be a little bit cornered. Moves laterally back and forth, back and forth. Now he's moving to his left. Got himself out of a little pressure there. Right on the edge of the double stripe. Outside low kick lands for Iagos. Left kick to the body landed for Iagos again. Iagos in on a takedown attempt. Bam, he puts him up, puts him down. Picks him up and puts him down. Now, Iagos in side control on Damir Hadzovic. I do not play UFC 3, Duke. I only play video games on the PC. Which, it's not there, so. Iagos looking to maybe move to mount from side control. Couple of ground and pounds, then an elbow, and now Iagos is in half guard, looking for a Darce choke, looking to wrap up a Darce. Or an anaconda. Nope, didn't get it. Hadzovic is tying up the right leg of Iagos, trying to sit up and maybe reverse, and he at least gets out of it. In on a single leg attempt, doesn't get it. Pressed Iagos up against the fence, swung wide, and he gets taken down again by Iagos. Now Iagos is in the full guard of Hadzovic. I do play Fortnite, yeah? No problem, Duke. If you play Fortnite, you can add me. Flyin Brian J. PC version. I don't know how you add a friend like that, but give it a shot. Iagos, full guard. Is in Hadzovic's full guard. Got some head pressure on the chin of Hadzovic. A right to the body, then a right upstairs. Landed. A left elbow. Didn't really find the target. Just kind of hit Hadzovic with a forearm. Iagos is in definite control of this fight. He's got Hadzovic kind of flattened out. Okay, so we're on top of the Thunderhead Brewing logo at the edge of the double stripe around the center of the octagon. And Iagos is looking to pass the half guard on Hadzovic. Doesn't get it. Hadzovic bellies down. Iagos was looking for a Darce choke. Didn't get it. We're back on the feet now, and Hadzovic trying to make up for lost time. They're swinging kind of hard near the fence. Swing, and a miss. Knee to the body lands for Hadzovic. And we will end the first round with a 10-9 for Iagos. Get us ready for round number dos. As always, between rounds, I'm going to beg you to thumb the video up, I want 200 on this video. That would mean a lot to me, and consider subscribing to the channel. Yeah, you can add me on Fortnite. I'm on PC, Flyin Brian J. No spaces or whatever. I'm not the best at playing teams. For some reason, I can't get my microphone to work with the fucking game. But I'll give it a shot. Play solo a lot. I've got to win like every season I've owned the game. What's up, Raj Das Gupta? Iagos' corner says he's looking good. He's looking really good. Round number dose. Here we come. Octagon doors locked, says Dan Hardy. And here we are. They come not to the center. Hadzovic presses forward so quickly. Didn't even seem like it was real quick. It was just Iagos didn't care to press that much forward. They met on the double stripe on the side. Oh, big uppercut landed for Iagos. Ooh, a knee to the chin landed for Iagos. Big uppercut again. Oh, but Hadzovic fires back, and he might have Iagos hurt. Iagos is backing up now. Oh. Ew. Now, Brian J, yeah? Welcome back, June. Jab cross, miss for Iagos. Ooh, a wide left to overhand right lands. The right landed for Iagos. Hadzovic, as we talked about in the lead up, he is a tough son of a gun. He's still pressing forward. You know how Team Alpha Male comes forward, they kind of change level, they drop their shoulders, come with the overhand right, then go in for a takedown attempt. Iagos just did that similarly, but come forward, dropped his level, come with the uppercut, didn't find the uppercut, but in on a takedown attempt on Hadzovic. Has Hadzovic down. Hadzovic peters down, got his belly down, stood up, back to his feet. Iagos. Jab missed from Iagos. Iagos in on a double leg takedown attempt, gets it. Hadzovic scooting his back to the fence. He's right in front of the Thunderhead Brewing logoed corner. Iagos, Iagos pulled him away from the cage, and as he did that, he went to mount for a second. Hadzovic turned away. Iagos is going for a rear naked choke attempt with no hooks in, or one hook in. Doesn't really have the back, but looking for a neck crank or a face squeeze rather. Now Iagos has the left hook in with his feet. He's got the back of Hadzovic up against the fence here. Hadzovic is looking to turn to his right to get on top of Iagos, but Iagos now has the other hook in. He's on the back of Hadzovic. Hadzovic is up on one knee, up against the fence. Now he's on both feet. He got Iagos off his back. Very nice work defensively for Hadzovic, but this has been all Iagos so far. Not all, but most. Iagos has the back of Hadzovic, but we're standing up against the fence, like with Hadzovic leaning his right shoulder up against the cage, and Iagos gives up on the takedown attempt, breaks from the clinch, backs away, shaking his arms out. Wide left hook missed from Hadzovic. Hadzovic with a front kick to the body that missed. 1-2 missed from Iagos. A lot of back and forth throwing, not a lot of landing right now. Hadzovic came forward with a left hook, but as he did that, he ate a hook to the body, then a hook upstairs from Iagos. Iagos looks to be the fresher guy right now. Charles Todd says, damn, Hadzovic has a chin. He does, but every time I hear somebody say, man, he's a tough son of a gun, I always think that must mean he's getting his ass beat, but he's like staying in there. Oh, sorry for cussing the A word. My bad. Doesn't feel like that big a cuss word. Ooh, left kick to the body landed on the elbow of Hadzovic from Iagos. Iagos ducked in on a single leg attempt, didn't get it. Hadzovic defended well. 1-2 on the guard of Hadzovic from Iagos. Iagos moving to his left. 1-2 landed that time on the face. The two just barely got there, but it did land. Uppercut to overhand right attempt landed for Iagos, and Iagos looks to be the way fresher guy. Leaping in right hook missed from Hadzovic, and Hadzovic is dropping his hands. And right now John Gooden is talking about how Hadzovic looks labored. Hadzovic on the takedown attempt. Hadzovic got the takedown attempt. He's in the guard of Iagos. Short time here. One ground and pound landed for Hadzovic after getting the takedown. Still clear round for Iagos. Yeah, it's Brian. JV says Iagos looks way better here. Hadzovic is hanging. Yeah, what the heck? Iagos is looking good. Like June says, if you want to see us do this for every UFC event, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. People come along later and get mad it isn't the fight video and give us a thumbs down, so help us balance it out. That's right, June. Thank you for saying that. Happens every time. We could get 100 thumbs up while we're live because you guys that are here, my good friends, are cool and they give us a thumbs up, but then later on 100 people come and they give it thumbs down because they're looking for a free illegal stream or whatever of the fights, and all they see is my ugly mug. So if you could give it a thumbs up right now, that would help me a lot. My goal is 200 because I think that would balance out the 100 thumbs down coming later on. As we wait for round number 3 to start, where we've got Christos Iagos putting on a wrestling clinic and some decent striking with quite a bit of power on Damir Hadzovic. Tonal Bitcher says, ask me what my favorite games to play are. Well, right now I'm just super pumped for Halo to come to PC. Really excited about that. I used to like playing Rust, Fortnite, Rocket League, GTA 5. So we are in the third and final round. I'm a little behind here. Right kick to the body lands for Hadzovic. I'll start the timer there. Outside low kick lands for Iagos. Hadzovic is pressing forward. In on a takedown attempt was Iagos, but right underhook warded it off for Hadzovic. I haven't been gaming much at all lately, June, because of little E. Takedown attempt for Iagos. He's got it. He's in the full guard of Hadzovic. JV says he doesn't look like Hadzovic has the energy to get the knockout. And no, it does not look like that. It's looking worse and worse for Hadzovic by the second. JV says if Gus loses, I think he retires. Hadzovic was threatening with a triangle attempt, didn't get it, pushed Iagos off. Iagos tried to come back into the guard, but Hadzovic is back to his feet. Iagos is looking way fresher than Hadzovic. Nenad Kordic says F Hadzovic is actually losing. Hope he's gonna knock him out this round. Ooh, a left hook landed for Hadzovic. It kind of jarred the mouthpiece of Iagos. Iagos has his mouth open now. In on a takedown attempt is Iagos. Single leg, running the pipe, going in on the double leg attempt. Gets it, but Hadzovic has his back up against the fence now. And he's pressing Iagos away with head pressure. Slipped off the head. Now Iagos has the back of Hadzovic. Hadzovic looking to break the grasp of Iagos. Pressing in on a single leg attempt is Iagos. Couple of Travis Brown elbows land for Hadzovic, but not with a lot of pop behind him. Or Yeet says the finish is coming, he thinks. Hadzovic is defending this single leg attempt well. He's trying to pummel for double underhooks. Iagos switched from a single leg attempt to a double leg attempt, back to a single leg attempt, try to dump him. Hadzovic defended well. Iagos now has his mouth open. He eats a big right hand from Hadzovic. Hadzovic with a left knee to the body attempt. Didn't get it. Wide right. Missed from Hadzovic. Iagos in on a terrible takedown attempt. He's tired now. He flops to his back, and Hadzovic is in the full guard. Man, Iagos got tired fast, and he's gassed like all of a sudden. Huh. That was odd. Oi, yeet, yeet. What a funny name. You can absolutely jinx it, June. Pick Gustafsson. Go ahead and pick Gus. Right now, Hadzovic is in the full guard of Iagos. Iagos is doing a good job grabbing a lock behind the upper shoulders of Hadzovic to control his posture, so Hadzovic can't posture up and do anything. Hadzovic is landing just a tiny little ground and pound. Hadzovic tried to go with a smashing elbow. Iagos sat up away from it and was able to avoid it. I hope he jinxed that one, June, for sure. Oyi says Iagos' adrenaline wore off. His breathing is bad. Yeah, it doesn't matter right now. It looks to me like we got Iagos going to win a 29-28 decision. Oh! At the very end of the fight, Hadzovic postured up, threw the legs of Iagos aside, landed a big right ground and pound hand. But I think it's too little too late. 29-28 for Iagos. Should we put Hadzovic up there just so we see it on the screen for a minute? Hadzovic probably wants the credit. Here you go, buddy. Here you go, Hadzovic. Your name's on the screen. You won a round. Yay! Yeah, you got a participation award. Christos Iagos, I think, clearly won 29-28 across the board. We'll see, though. We'll see. Decision incoming. I'm going to put it on my screen right now. Well, I'll start typing it anyway. Man, Iagos' corner is pretty fired up about him. They're cussing a lot. No cursing, guys. That's bad. It's wrong. Alright, so I put it on my screen already. Maybe I'll jinx it, June. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. 29-27, 29-27, and 28-28. Christos Iagos, 28-28? What? JV says, man, Iagos got lucky, Hadzovic gassed and couldn't take advantage of the instant slowdown. Iagos says he's happy with his performance. He got to mix up his strikes to takedowns. He did a good job with those uppercuts, the diving in strikes to takedown attempts. Very good work. 28-28 seems a little odd to me. I don't, like, how? So they gave 1 10-8 to Iagos and then 2 10-9s to Hadzovic? Is that how it would have been? I gotta check the Twitter machine to see what other folks are saying about that. weirdness. The weirdness there. Ha! Iagos says he's going to O'Leary's. Let's go party. I like it. I like it. When I was at UFC Kansas City, for the main event was Demetrius Johnson versus Wilson Hayes. It was also where Robert Whittaker knocked out Jacare Souza, and where Rose Namajunas finished Michelle Watterson. Tim Elliott defeated Luis Smolka, and afterward he said, "Hey, I'm going to be at this bar partying," and I went there and I hung out with Tim Elliott and Laura Sanko and a bunch of other folks. It was awesome. Maybe he said 29-28, James. Well, let me just check. Yeah, okay, 29-28. You were right, James. Son of a gun. I heard it funnily. So next up, let's get what's next up. Boop, boop, boop. Makwan Amirkhani versus Chris Fishgold. Amirkhani's 2 inches taller at 5'10". He's also got a 4-inch reach advantage at 72 with the arms and a 3-inch with the legs at 41. Both guys are submission threats. Chris Fishgold is really good with submissions. He's a jiu-jitsu ace. That's an ugly... well, let me see this. Let's look at this for a second. Look at that tattoo. What an ugly tattoo. It looks like it's got this scribble on the left there. Can you see that? What in the hell? Man, I love tattoos. I'm a tattoo guy. But that's... I don't know what's going on with, like, there's just scribbles over there. Anyway. It's going down. I'm yelling, timber, you better move. You better dance. Sorry, they were watching a promo video for Donald Cerrone versus Tony Ferguson, and Donald said it's going down. They are the number 2 and number 4 lightweights in the world in the UFC. That fight is going to be bananas. Guys, in the comment section, who are you picking to win between Tony Ferguson and Donald the Cowboy Cerrone? Tell me who you're picking to win that fight. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. June says, why isn't Chris's nickname Goldfish? That'd be weird. That'd be really weird. Chris Goldfish Fishgold? Was that an anagram? No. No, not onomatopoeia. Maybe, is it an anagram like race car or... Yeah, says Donald via decision. And JV says, I can't see Cerrone beating Tony. Me neither. But I want Donald to win. I really do. Can you tell me about that, guys? I'll be right back. June, I just need a tiny little break. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about my absence, my dudes. I think that this fight, Makwan Amirkhani, I had to pee. Sorry. Realize, blah, blah, blah. Realize STM. I had to pee. This early morning card, so I've had coffee and water and stuff so far today. Just had to pee. I've been doing this. I've been in front of the screen for an hour and a half now. I don't have the biggest bladder. Sorry. Anywho, enough pee talk. Chris Fishgold versus Makwan Amirkhani. They've been going back and forth mostly because Makwan Amirkhani likes to get in his opponent's head. Like, he talked mad crap about the guy that just lost a boxing match to Artem Lobov. Hick Diaz, Jason Knight. Talked a lot of shit to him. Ooh, sorry for cussing. Talked a lot of smack to him, got him all riled up, and then they were talking smack during the fight. And that's what Makwan does. I think that because Makwan has the background in wrestling, I mean, he's like a wrestling champion of some sort. But when somebody gets upset and they just want to come roaring right at you, and you're going to throw something big, and then he'd just duck under and get a takedown. Just Otto says, when does the main card start? We are in the main card. There are 3 fights left. The one we're about to watch is Makwan Amirkhani versus Chris Goldfish Fishgold in the featherweight division. It features a wrestler who actually made his UFC debut and got a flying knee knockout over, was it Andy Edge or Andy something? And Chris Fishgold is a jiu-jitsu ace. The main event, well, if this fight's starting at like 1:30, then the co-main event will start at 2 o'clock. Main event started about 2:30, which is the exact time you should go to the dentist. Tooth hurty. All right, now that dad joke is out of the way, we can get on to Fishgold, the Goldfish, versus Mr. Finland. Right now, Fishgold Goldfish making his way to the cage. I can't tell what his walkout song is. He's fighting out of Liverpool, England. Oyi says, Goldfish looks good. I think the BJJ gives him the edge. Stuntus, do you think Makwan has the mindset to win? I have followed his progress and feel that he has kind of been missing his fighting spirit a bit. Hey, Uncle Hank. Look at this, buddy. This broadcast is brought to you by Thunderhead Brewing, namely the Peach Wheat, Prairie Peach Wheat, the best beer to drink this summer, according to me and my wife. Prairie Peach Wheat, Thunderhead Brewing, Kearney, Nebraska. It is delicious. We just made this beer on Wednesday and Thursday, and we put I don't know, I forget. I put 12 boxes of peach puree in it. 12, and we made 60 barrels, which is 1,260 gallons, I believe. 60 times 31. Oh, 1860. That's right. Made 1,860 gallons of this the other day, and we put a lot of peaches in it. Peach puree. All right, Chris Fishgold is in the octagon. Brought to you by SB Nation MMA, which includes BloodyElbow.com and also MMAmania.com. Our referee in charge of the action will be Mark Goddard. Chris Fishgold is wearing red boxer briefs. And he just gave a fist bump to Mark Goddard. Now making his way to the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is Makwan Amirkhani, born in Kurdistan. He is known as Mr. Finland. He will be wearing blue boxer briefs. Soccer flops? I don't get it. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. We need 200 on this video so we can keep doing them for every single fight card. I really need you guys to help me with these thumbs up because I want to do them for every fight card. And if we don't get enough of these thumbs up or views in general, the bosses that be, the overlords, will not allow that to happen. And we need it to happen. JV says, is it just me or does Goldfish Fishgold's body look odd? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. We'll take a peek at that. Makwan is in the SB Nation MMA Prep Point, brought to you by Bloody Elbow and MMAmania.com. Also, guest sponsor, Thunderhead Brewing, Prairie Peach Wheat, the best beer to drink in the summertime. Mwah. It's delicious. Also, Shaben's Pilsner's delightful as well. The Golden Frau Honey Wheat's magnificent. Makwan Amirkhani has the second fastest knockout in UFC featherweight history at 8 seconds. I think it was Andy Ogle. Fourth highest takedown accuracy among active UFC featherweights at 48%, and competed in 6 amateur boxing matches since his last UFC appearance. Weird. It's crazy to me that the UFC would even allow that to happen. As June says, Makwan on Tapology is number 22 featherweight in the world, according to... handspring to backflip from Mr. Finland, a la Yoel, the Soldier of God Romero. That was some beautiful stuff from Mr. Finland. Mr. Finland, yes. And now, the tail of the tape, brought to you by Thunderhead Brewing. Amirkhani is 4 years older at 30. He's 2 inches taller at 5'10", and he's got a 4-inch reach advantage at 72 inches. And it seems, since the last time I showed you Fishgold's tattoo, he's got some more color on it. So maybe it's a cover-up, and that's why in the last picture it looks like it's got some scribbles on it. All right, Fishgold, I hear you. I hear you clucking, big chicken. I'm gonna get. It's hard to show you my forearm. I'm gonna get a tattoo right there of an Edison light bulb. I haven't decided which Edison light bulb. Fighting out of the red corner. Let's get the stats ready for you cats. Fighting out of Turku, Finland by way of Kyrgyzstan, Mr. Finland, Makwan Amirkhani. And the action begins. Our referee in charge, Mark Goddard. Bad blood here, says Charles Todd. John Gooden says this one's pretty spiky coming in. And here we go. Here we go. They meet in the center of the cage. They do not touch gloves. Makwan comes forward with a flying knee attempt. Didn't really get it. Right body kick on the arm from from Goldfish. Fishgold landed an inside low kick. And we are in the opposite stances. We've got Makwan in the southpaw, Fishgold in the orthodox. Cameraman being a little weird there. Makwan's got his hands by his waist, doing a little head bobbing, kind of Anderson Silva showboating, like throw at me type of action here. Leg kick landed for Fishgold. Pause in the action because Amirkhani eye poked Fishgold. No, says Mark Goddard to Goldfish's corner, saying that you can't coach him during this. He's going to look. A doctor needs to look at this eye. Fishgold looks fine. Okay, let's get this party started. Oh, I started the timer wrong. How much time we got here? Bring the clock back. All right, inside low kick land for Fishgold. Mr. Finland walking forward. Amirkhani walking forward, eats a inside low kick that dropped into his knee for a second there. Fishgold, another inside low kick lands. These might pay dividends. I've been using the word dividends a lot. I'm thinking about banking. They're touching lead hands like you do when they're in the open guard, which means a southpaw versus an orthodox fighter. Inside low kick missed for Fishgold. Overhand right landed for Fishgold, kind of Team Alpha Male style. Move forward, drop your level, overhand right, landed for him. Jab missed for Mr. Finland. Inside low kick missed for Fishgold. Lead hand uppercut missed for Fishgold. Inside low kick missed for Fishgold. Amirkhani is not throwing a whole lot. He's touching the lead hand quite a bit. He's staying at a big distance, and he's moving out of the way of these explosive movements of Fishgold, but he's not really throwing a whole lot back right now. Lead hook land for Amirkhani. Left straight, didn't find the range for Amirkhani. Fishgold is the one controlling the center of the cage right now. He shifted forward, threw an overhand right, didn't find the distance on it. Amirkhani come forward with a jab, went beyond the head of Fishgold. Fishgold countered with a right, none of it landed. Inside low kick missed for Fishgold. Smack dab in the center of the cage we are right now, on top of the Thunderhead Brewing logo, as Amirkhani lands a jab to the body. Fishgold came in aggressively, just like I thought. That's what Amirkhani, I thought he was doing with the smack talk. Fishgold had one of his explosive forward movements there, and Amirkhani just ducked under it. Easy takedown, and now Amirkhani is on top of Chris Fishgold up against the fence. They're not touching the fence, but they're very near the fence. Amirkhani is in the full guard of Fishgold. Fishgold tried to put his toes in the fence. Mark Goddard was like, nah, fudge that, and pulled him right back out of the cage. Ain't happening. Shoot dang, we ain't doing that. Fishgold looking to roll, to grab a leg on Amirkhani. Maybe an inverted triangle attempt for Fishgold right now. Oh my goodness. Inverted triangle attempt and a knee bar at the same time from Fishgold. Doesn't get it. He's still looking on the knee. Amirkhani gets out of it. Now he's on top again. He's got to look out for his neck. Wow. Okay. All that, and we're back to having Amirkhani in the full guard of Fishgold. Amirkhani's covering the mouth and nose of Fishgold with his hands. Amirkhani's in the full guard of Fishgold. He had his forearm across the throat of Fishgold for a brief moment there. Good elbow from Makwan, says Dan Hardy. I looked away for a second. Couple of right hands to the body land for Amirkhani. As the round ends, Amirkhani looking for a Darce choke on Fishgold. Fishgold pulls Amirkhani to his feet. Okay, that was a fun round. But it goes to Mr. Finland. What didn't he do, Dirty D? Sorry, I missed it. What didn't he do? What I miss? Fishgold's corner saying that that Amirkhani is backing up too much from the bombs that Fishgold is throwing. In Amirkhani's corner is Conor McGregor's coach, John Kavanagh. We're ready for round number dos. Dirty D, what did I miss? They touch gloves. Oh man, they touch gloves this time. And we're in round number 2. Inside low kick lands for Fishgold. Fishgold is on the front foot. Amirkhani moving back into his left just on the edge of the double stripe and in the center of the cage. Right round high kick missed for Fishgold. Inside low kick missed for Fishgold. Amirkhani came forward with an attack. Amirkhani jab to the body, missed. Fishgold came forward for like one of his explosive attempts. Amirkhani tried to counter with a jumping knee. Nothing landed, but it was a fun sequence to view. Oh, inside low kick lands for Amirkhani, but that was shin on shin. Looked like it hurt. Amirkhani faked like he was going to go in on a single leg attempt. One, two, landed on the guard of Fishgold from Amirkhani. Fishgold's moving forward. Ooh, big overhand right landed on the edge of the chin for Fishgold. Ooh, uppercut landed for Fishgold. Like a feint jab to uppercut. A lead hand uppercut landed for Amirkhani, but he ate a right hand at the same exact time. Inside low kick lands for Fishgold. Fishgold on the front foot here. On the edge of the double stripe, Amirkhani drops his hands, kind of sends his chin out in the front. Right high kick landed on the guard of Amirkhani from Fishgold. Amirkhani moving to his left, really close to the fence is his back. Similar to like what you would think of Tyron Woodley doing, circling close to the fence. He moves forward a little bit, eats an inside low kick. An overhand right from Fishgold just whizzed right past the head of Amirkhani. Left straight, did not find the target from Amirkhani. Oh, big, oh, ow, big kick to the groin. Amirkhani just landed a big kick to the groin on Fishgold. Fishgold is in a lot of pain in the center of the cage, right on top of the Thunderhead Brewing logo. Oh, he went for like a front kick to the body and toes and like the knuckle of the below the toe landed bam right in the cup and Fishgold went down immediately. That was a big shot to the pills. Charles Todd says to take a point. I don't know if it was intentional. I would definitely be giving him a warning, right? That was a big kick, and that could have affected. Mark Goddard says, relax, let me handle the situation, all right? Tell me when you're good. And now Mark's going to go talk to Amirkhani, I believe. Nope, Mark Goddard's standing right in the center of the cage on top of the Thunderhead Brewing logo. Fishgold and Amirkhani are on opposite sides of the cage. Fishgold, I believe, says he's fine. Mark Goddard says, I can tell it's accidental. Goodbye, Fishgold Jr., yeah. Yeah, right, I agree, Todd. That was a nasty kick, said Just Auto. Video start time helper said bad words. But we're in the center of the cage here. Opposite stances still. Southpaw for Amirkhani. Orthodox for Fishgold. Fishgold pressed forward with a jab. Didn't find it. Round right high kick. Did not find the range from Fishgold. Fishgold staying low in his stance. Inside low kick landed for Fishgold. He's pressing forward with a lot of he's got a lot of tenacity right now. Rear hand uppercut did not find the range for Fishgold. He eats a right hook from Amirkhani. Right inside low kick landed for Fishgold. A left hook did not find the range from Fishgold. Jab missed from Fishgold. Outside of the double stripe. Amirkhani briefly pressing forward. Now, Fishgold the one pressing forward. Amirkhani in on a takedown attempt. Fishgold grabs a guillotine attempt. Fishgold is trying to wrap up a guillotine. He's also trying to control the legs at the same time of Amirkhani, but Amirkhani I think is going to go north-south. Get out of this. Now, Amirkhani's in side control on the opposite side of where his neck was on Fishgold, but he gets put in a Darce choke attempt immediately. Did not have an arm in, so Amirkhani was able to slip his head out right away. Now, Amirkhani is in half guard on Fishgold. We're in the center of the cage. A minute left to go. Let's see what Amirkhani can do from here. Well, we got a brief pause in the real action. Please give the video a thumbs up. Fishgold goes belly down, and Amirkhani wraps up his own guillotine attempt, falls off of it, turns it into a Darce, and he's trying to walk his legs toward Fishgold's legs, and they're spinning around like it's a clock in fast forward mode. Fishgold is at 12. No, Fishgold's at 6. Amirkhani's at 12, and Fishgold taps Makwan Amirkhani with the second round submission victory over Chris Fishgold with a guillotine to Darce. Wow, that was fun to watch them spin around like a clock on the canvas from the overhead view. But Makwan Amirkhani got a much needed submission in that second round. Nice finish from Makwan Amirkhani. Makwan Amirkhani went in on a takedown attempt, almost got guillotined by Chris Fishgold. Fishgold switched it to a Darce, but he didn't have an arm in on Amirkhani, so Amirkhani was able to get out of that attempt, get in a side control, then to half guard, go for a guillotine from that position. Fishgold defended the guillotine really well. Makwan turned it into a Darce, and they were playing cat and mouse. Fishgold running away from the legs of Amirkhani, but as they're doing that, Amirkhani's just squeezing, getting the legs closer, and Fishgold ended up having to tap out. That was a fun fight to watch. Good deal. All right. I'll get the results updated. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. If we get enough thumbs up and views on this video, we'll be able to do these for every single UFC fight card. This one isn't that big, so it might not be that important to have this video for this type of event, but to be able to do these for the bigger fight nights and the pay-per-views and everything, it's really important to me, and I bet it would benefit you, especially for the ones that are pay-per-view behind a paywall. Also, if you're ever on the road, your significant other or something doesn't want you to watch the fights, you could just kind of turn me on in an earbud and listen, and maybe my play-by-play will keep you informed of all the action. It's way easier than refreshing Twitter over and over again. So please give the video a thumbs up, and we can do these more in the future. Amirkhani defeated Fishgold via submission R2. In a brief moment, we'll be talking to, Dan Hardy will be talking to Makwan Amirkhani in the octagon for the post-fight interview. Then after that, we'll be watching Jimi Manuwa versus Aleksandar Rakic. Rakic. Referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes and 25 seconds of round number 2. Anaconda choke. Thank you, Stuntus. There you go. Oi Yeet Yeet, you used to watch the... I used to do that too. Oi Yeet Yeet a long time ago. Makwan Amirkhani says, Sweden, I appreciate all the support. I love you guys. Even though we won in ice hockey. And they boo him. I'm joking. Dan Hardy says, what did you expect from Chris Fishgold coming in here? There was some animosity that changed when the fight started. Makwan Amirkhani says, he doesn't take the fight business that seriously. Getting under Fishgold's skin was part of the plan. Dan says that Fishgold or that Makwan Amirkhani has a lot of support in the arena. Does that help him? And he said, yeah. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Finland. Stuntus. Finland and Sweden are very bitter ice hockey rivals. It's a big thing in both countries. I'm a Finn. Oh. Hockey's fun to watch. I'd watch some hockey. Oh, I love playing hockey on video games. They're really fun there. Especially if you got like a group of friends and play like 4 people and you could all be on one team or like 2 guys on 2 guys. That's a good time. And now we're going to watch a hype video for Jessica Ai versus where she's going to challenge Valentina Bolshevchenko for the women's flyweight title. UFC.com says Aleksandar Rakic is just 1-1. Is that real? That's not real. He's 11-1. Those goofs. And that one loss was in his, not his UFC debut, but his just debut, his pro debut. He has won 11 straight fights. Most recently, he's got 3 wins in the UFC. Francimar Bahos, Justin Ledet, and Devin Clark, who Devin Clark won earlier tonight. Thank you, June. "11 straight wins for Aleksandar Rakic. And Aleksandar Rakic is 27. Jimi, the poster boy, Manuwa, is 39 years old. So Rakic is 12 years younger. And I think he's got to be a lot more durable than Jimi Manuwa. Yeah. Jimi Manuwa is not very durable. So the first time he was finished was against his training partner now at the All-Stars gym, Alexander Gustafsson, who fights in the next bout, of course, back in 2014. Since then, he was knocked out by Anthony Johnson, Volkan Oezdemir, and Thiago Santos. He's defeated Jan Blachowicz. He's knocked out Ovince St. Preux and Corey Beeston 25-8 Anderson. Manuwa has lost 3 fights in a row. Oezdemir, the rematch to Blachowicz, and Thiago Mejeta Santos, who Santos is getting a title shot against Johnny Bones Jones. Rakic is 6'6", but has that a 1.5-inch reach disadvantage. Interesting. A lot of people think that Rakic is the future of the light heavyweight division. I think that belongs to Johnny Walker. At least Johnny Walker's way more entertaining, because I don't think there's very many people as entertaining as Johnny Walker. Justin Gaethje, the new guy Michel Pereira, but Manuwa has powerful left hook. Alexander nearly always moves left laterally. I think Manuwa wins. That is a collision Nice analysis. Oh, yeet, yeet. But that is a collision just waiting to happen. I have to check my verdict. You guys play Verdict? It's a app where you basically pick the fights, right? Damn, I'm not doing very well. I had Hadzovic. I had Benjoe, but I did pick Amirkhani. I picked him via decision, though. And next up, I have Rakic, Rakar, Noir, Aleksandar. I have him defeating Manuwa first round knockout. I don't trust the chin of Jimi Manuwa. I can't. I don't think... You can't expect me to trust the chin of Jimi Manuwa, can you? No. If you haven't already, thumb the video up. Consider sharing it on your favorite social media platform. Share it on Facebook or Reddit if you wanted to do that. That'd be kind of cool. I can take some heat from some Reddit haters. If someone wanted to put it on Reddit, that'd be awesome. Twitter, that's cool. TRT Jolin says Manuwa's cracked for sure. For sure. Does that mean... I don't know the slang. Does that mean that he's spent? I think it means he's spent. Even if we don't get to my goal of 200 thumbs up by the end of the video, I want you guys that are here now to know that I appreciate you. I appreciate you very, very much. TRT Jolin, yeah, his chin is gone. It's gone. Oi Yeet Yeet says, yeah, Manuwa's chin is terrible. It's not ideal, that's for sure. 39 years old. He's slowing down. His chin's getting worse. And I picked Anthony Smith to win with a knockout in round 2 on Verdict. Now that's a pick with my heart, not with my brain, because Anthony Smith is from my area of the world. But okay, let's move this along, the UFC. We did guess that the co-main event, June and I, we thought the co-main event would start at 2 o'clock. It's 1:49. We're pretty close. Thank you so much for subscribing, TRT Jolin. Yes. Ooh, thank you. All right. And now we've got Manuwa versus Rakic. They're going to make their way to the cage. Rakic will be blue corner, Manuwa will be red corner, and I'm going to guess right now, before I even tell you guys, that Rakic is going to be wearing the Vale Tudo shorts, kind of known as, they look like boxer briefs to me, and Jimi Manuwa is going to be wearing black board shorts. The Clockster says Manuwa should have retired a good while ago. Man, I don't know about retired. He is on a losing streak, but he's fun to watch, so I'll keep him around, especially in the light heavyweight division. You know, what's there really in the light heavyweight division? It's one of the weakest divisions in the UFC. Of course, we've got Johnny Walker, who's like the fucking man. Oh, excuse me. Who is the man? It sounds like I can't tell what Rakic is walking out to, but it kind of sounds like "We Will Rock You." But it sounds like it's a big band or a string quartet version of "We Will Rock You." I don't know. I shouldn't even guess. Gabriel Wadston. I'm Swedish, so I'm really rooting. Where did it go? Really rooting for the Mauler in this one. Makes sense. I'll support the stream by keeping it up. Even though I got a license to watch the fucking fight on Swedish television, they put this shit on pay-per-view. Even though I got a license with the company. Conk Z says, is this video the fight or commentary only? If you're new to this channel, new to this video series that I do, I'm trying to give you the best play-by-play that I can possibly muster so that you feel like you are listening to the fights on the radio. We cannot show the fights, but we can keep you informed by doing something like this. Aleksandar Rakic is inside of the octagon, and he is wearing the gray Vale Tudo shorts, which I think look like boxer briefs. He's got an 11-fight win streak, most significant ground strikes in a single UFC light heavyweight fight, and it was against Justin Ledet, 78. He's got 9 of 11 wins have come by way of... finished 9 of 11 wins. 8 of them are knockouts. And now, the poster boy, Jimi Manuwa, making his way to the octagon. He's fighting out of Sacramento, California, despite being from the UK. And he's walking out to Tupac. I can't tell what song it is, but it's definitely Tupac. All it takes is one from Jimmy, says Charles Todd. That's absolutely true. Let's check the odds on this bout. Rakic is minus 245, and the poster boy, the comeback on him is plus 2.25. Run with me. Hail Mary. It's Hail Mary by Tupac. By Machiavelli. All right, Jimi Manuwa is in the SB Nation MMA Prep Point, brought to you by BloodyElbow.com and MMAmania.com, the 2 best websites on the entire World Wide Web, and the only places that you'll ever need to go to find out what's happening in the mixed martial arts world. Now, Jimi Manuwa about to get the Vaseline put on his face. There it is. He's standing right on top of a Thunderhead Brewing logo. Thunderhead Brewing. Oh, reset the rounds, June. Yes, thank you. So down there, if you're new, I will put how many rectangles there are. That's what round we are in. So now there's 1 red rectangle down there. That means we're going to be in the first round. I'll put a time clock up there, which so you know where I'm at in the stream, like we're in the fight. Jimi Manuwa has the 3rd highest striking accuracy among active UFC light heavyweights at 54.2%. He's got the 7th highest takedown defense among active UFC light heavyweights at 71%, and he's finished 16 out of 17 wins. That one win that was not a finish was the decision over Jan Blachowicz when I think Manuwa pulled his hamstrings or something. Tail of the tape. Jimi Manuwa is 12 years older than the 27-year-old Aleksandar Rakic, and Rakic is 6'4", 3 inches taller than... Our tail of the tape says 6'6". I don't know what to believe. I've spinning my world on its head. Whatever. The co-main event of the evening. Bruce Buffer has the microphone, of course. Whenever I do that voice, it means that Bruce Buffer has the microphone. Fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter with a professional record of 11 wins, 1 loss. Standing 6'4" tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Vienna, Austria, a minus 230 favorite, Aleksandar Rakic. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Fighting out of London, England, Jimmy the Poster Boy Manuwa. Oh, let's get it poppin', my dudes and dudettes. Kevin Sataki is our referee. All the way back. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. They meet in the center of the cage. They touch gloves. They switch sides. Their back are pointed to, and they're both in the orthodox stance. Rakic is feinting with his rear leg that he's going to kick or something. He's feinting coming forward, putting pressure on his lead leg, lowering his level a little bit. Manuwa, outside low kick lands for Manuwa. Outside low kick lands for Rakic. Lead left hook did not find its range for Manuwa, but that's his dangerous weapon. Right straight did not find the range for Rakic. We're in the center of the cage. Right straight did not find the range for Rakic. Outside low kick lands for Rakic. Both guys look to have determination in their eyes. Oh my god! Oh my jeepers, peepers, holy shit! Woo! Oh, left high kick from Aleksandar Rakic knocked out Jimi Manuwa in the first round. Big left high kick. Shin on head. Sorry for the cussing. I apologize for my language. I hope Manuwa's okay. Not only did the leg crack him on the head really, really hard, but Manuwa fell back, hands went down to his side, he fell straight back, and his head bounced off the canvas. Ah. Oh man, his head hit the canvas so hard. Rear hand uppercut to jab to left high kick just slept Jimi Manuwa, and he bounced off the canvas. I hope he's fine. We're watching it again. Poof! Oh. Oh. John Gooden says that man was still out. JV says the head whip looks dangerous. Holy bean sauce. Right uppercut. Jab. Left round. Shin chin. Sleeping. Shin chin sleeping. Remember that phrase. I'm still worried for Manuwa. Oh, he's up. Oh, he must be up. People are clapping. Thank goodness. No, he's not up. He's awake, though. Rakic says he wants to show respect. Oh, what's up, Michael? That was a vicious knockout. I bet Manuwa's speech patterns changed after that. My goodness. Right uppercut, touch the chin. Left jab. Left high kick. Shin chin, sleeping. Fudge, that was stunning. My mic went really hot there. Sorry about that, guys. Probably just made your speaker sound terrible. Just rewind it, June. Aleksandar Rakic. He needs a nickname. My goodness. What an unbelievable knockout, my friend. This is Dan Hardy. Talk me through that kick. I've been doing this kick since I was a kid. Uppercut. Oh, it wasn't even a jab. He's just like throwing it out there to do the kick. But anyway. Shin chin sleeping. Michael says, what about Wrecker Rakic? Aleksandar the Wrecker Rakic. Yep, that's it. I like it. Lock it in. That sounds good, June. Tommy LeBlanc says Manuwa was a boring fighter, but that knockout will get him. Oh, jeez. Tommy. Rakic says he likes to be here. He loves the city. He said thank you for being nice to him, and he's sorry for knocking out their guy. Kind of. One more question for you, says Dan Hardy. Do you have your eye on somebody? He says he beat Jimmy. Jimmy was number 11. He just wants to fight all of them in the top 10. He said, I've been watching the UFC since I was 7 years old. I don't want to rush. Michael Clipper. Well, the clock's there. I hope he's okay, but now he needs to retire. He is risking his health. He needs to retire, absolutely. JV, the amount of light heavyweight guys coming through that division is going to be great in 2 to 3 years. Yes, it is. Shamborg, replay is on YouTube now. Of the knockout? Find that, I suppose. My goodness. I'll put that in my results post, and then we'll talk about the main event of the evening. Does Jimmy have 2 M's in it? Just 1 M. Wow, that was incredible, wasn't it? My goodness. I'm sorry for cussing when that happened. I cuss a lot. I need to work on it. I'm trying to work on it because my son's starting to pick stuff up. He's absorbing information, I'm noticing. Also, I know some of you don't like it as much when I cuss, so I'm trying to reel that in. Again, I'm sorry for cussing during my reaction. Video start time helper. I hope Jimmy hangs it up, man. Old junkyard dog needs to be put off duty at some point, yeah. He's got to retire. Well, the UFC has to cut him if he doesn't retire, right? No, it wasn't 3 seconds. Let's see. The official time, 41 seconds. The official time was 41 seconds, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to switch my cuss words to holy bean sauce type of stuff. Tommy LeBlanc, I came in late. How has the card been so far? It's been all right. You know, it hasn't been great. Amirkhani versus Fishgold was really fun. The finish was great, the Anaconda choke. That knockout was a blast. Tamer versus Sung Benjoe wasn't the best. Iagos versus Hadzovic had its moments. It had some back and forth, a lot of grinding. It wasn't great. Lena Landsberg beating up Tanya Evinger was fun. Leonardo Santos knocking out Stevie Ray just like he knocked out Kevin Lee was a blast. Frank Camacho with his most methodical performance that we've ever seen, knocking out Nick Hine was pretty cool. And the 3 before that I didn't really pay attention because I didn't really care. So, but yeah, next up, the main event of the evening. Anthony Lionheart Smith versus Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson. Thank you for being here, Tommy. Michael Clipper, the decision wins have been pretty boring on this card except for Landsberg dominating Evinger. Yes, I agree, Michael. The finishers have been amazing. The decisions have sucked except for Landsberg just destroying Evinger. I think Evinger should hang it up or go back to Invicta. She's got 3 losses in a row now, too. Man, what a finish that was by Rakic. I'm not good at saying his name. Okay, we're pretty close to the end of the night. So I think it's time to have a beer. This beer is a Prairie Peach Wheat from Thunderhead Brewing out of Kearney, Nebraska. This is my choice of drink of beer for the summer. It's got a nice peach flavor. It's got a nice, clean, crisp, refreshing kind of wheat beer base in it. It's solid, simple beer. You can drink a whole bunch of them. It's 5.2%, so it's right there in the wheelhouse of sessionable beer. It's lovely. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. We need at least 100 thumbs up by the end of the video so we can do it again for every single UFC Fight Night card instead of just the pay-per-views. Next week we'll definitely be doing it for UFC 238, a pay-per-view. But we need at least 100 thumbs up on this one so we can do it again for like UFC Fight Night 154 or UFC on ESPN Plus 12, which is main evented by Renato Moicano versus Chan Sung Jung. So if you could, please give the video a thumbs up. If you're not logged into your account, please log into your account and give it a thumbs up. Let's do a little bit of talking about this main event fight, which features Alexander Gustafsson, 18-5, Anthony Smith, 31-14. They're both really tall guys. Gus has a 3-inch reach advantage at 3 inches. They both have been around for a long time at the high levels. Gustafsson has been at the high level for longer than Smith, but Smith has obviously racked up more fights. Gustafsson has, I don't know if he's got the greatest footwork, but he certainly is mobile, and he's really mobile for a light heavyweight. He's got great, solid boxing, good wrestling, underrated wrestling game, defensively and offensively. And he's very durable, as he showed in both of his fights with, both of his fights with Jon Jones, but also his title shots against Jones and Cormier, of course. Anthony Smith is coming off of his title shot loss to Jon Jones, where he went to the decision, and he could have probably snuck out of the arena with the belt because he got a legal need from Jon Jones, but he decided to just keep on going. He said, I don't want to win that way. I don't want to win by DQ. I want to go to the end and try to win the honorable way. He still lost nonetheless, but he I don't know if he made that good of a showing by making it to the distance with Jon Jones, but he was really, really defensive and he didn't get finished, so that was a positive. Anthony Smith has made it to a title shot, has made it to the top of this division by using a lot of volume. A lot of guys just throw like 1-2 combinations, or maybe they'll end it with a kick. Smith will eat some of your best shots, and then once he feels like you're slowing down just a freckle, he attacks with like 15 strikes in a row. Long straight punches, knees to the body and to the face, long kicks. He's a really long striker. He's pretty diverse, and he's very good defensively with his jiu-jitsu. Offensively as well, as he showed with his submission over Volkan Oezdemir. But I don't think that his wrestling defense is the best. And I think that Gustafsson is probably going to try to exploit the wrestling defensive defect in Smith's game, get the fight to the ground, maybe work some ground and pound, work the pass, maybe even just grind out a decision. I don't know. We'll see it play out. Who do you guys think is going to win the main event of the evening? Or you better give this video a thumbs up. Michael Clipper says Smith can win early, Gus can win late. Video start time helper says, who does the winner fight next? I know, that was my question as well. Because both guys are coming off of title shots. And they both lost. I don't think either guy's going to get another shot at Jon Jones anytime soon. So how about this? The winner fights Aleksandar Rakic. There we go. Perfect timing, same card. And it depends on how entertaining this main event is. If it's a quick finish, sure. I say give them Aleksandar Rakic. If they lose, I say we wait a little longer and they fight Johnny Walker when Johnny Walker is recovered from his self-induced injury from his celebration that he had after knocking out Misha Cirkunov, I believe. Michael Clipper says, is Corey Anderson already booked? I think he needs a shot against one of these guys. That's a decent idea. Khaled, Kabalan, anyone have... No, sorry. Wrong one. Michael Schiller. Gus will knock Smith out. Video start timer says, I feel like Johnny Walker might need one more fight. Maybe that's just me. Tommy LeBlanc. Both are really good gatekeepers after the drubbing they got from Jones. They perfect as gatekeepers. JV says, I think the winner should fight Thiago Santos. Well, Thiago Santos is getting a title shot against Johnny Bones at UFC 239. So I don't think that's happening. Oh, yeah, Smith's walking out, and he always walks out to Return of the Mac. Oh, yeah. I'm on. Yeah. Clipper says they're not going to let Walker fight Rakic. They're going to keep them prospects in the mix a little while longer. That's why I'm saying the winner of Smith versus Gustafsson should fight either Rakic if they win dominantly, but if they're in a war, like a fight of the night type of fight where they might need more time away from the octagon to heal up some injuries and stuff, I say we have them wait for Johnny Walker. So Gus or Smith fight Johnny Walker. And I would pick Johnny Walker to win both of those fights. I hope he comes in as an underdog. Return of the Mac. I'm on. Anthony Smith looking very determined, giving that lion look to the camera as he's walking out. His cornermen are telling him to soak it in. Just soak it in. He's walking in slowly, loving it. And he's getting booed. And that's why they were saying to soak it in. John Gooden is saying that all week Smith was saying that he doesn't think the crowd's going to boo him, but he was very wrong. As soon as he emerged into the arena, they booed him, and they booed him hard. For a brief moment only, but they did boo him. He's a nice guy, though. He hugs his girlfriend. Maybe it's his wife. I don't know. It looks like he hugs his sister, maybe. Bro hugs somebody. Bro hugs another guy. And now he is in the SB Nation MMA Prep Point, brought to you by BloodyElbow.com and also MMAmania.com. The only two websites you'll ever need to go on the World Wide Web to get your mixed martial arts news. If you need to go anywhere else, you won't need to, okay? It's also special guest sponsor, Thunderhead Brewing out of Axtell, Nebraska. The best beer of summer, according to me, is the Prairie Peach Wheat. Oh, Rakic is definitely getting a Performance of the Night bonus, without a doubt. Video start time helper says, it's crazy how these new light heavyweight prospects have the same build, almost like basketball players, skinny with hands. Excuse me. Maybe loser here against Dom Reyes. I like that a lot. Leonardo B, the only way Gus loses this fight is if he steps on a banana peel. You mean like when Ovince St. Preux knocked out Mauricio Shogun Hua stepped on that skateboard? No, there were two different girls. Like one of them I think was his girlfriend because he kissed her. The next one he hugged her. Yeah. Now, Anthony Smith is inside of the octagon. He's wearing blue board shorts. Going to be fighting out of the blue corner. Stomped right on the Thunderhead Brewing logo in the center of the cage. Michael Clipper says his choices for performance bonuses are Rakic, Amirkhani, Santos, and Camacho. So far, those are great freaking choices. And now, making his way to the octagon is the hometown favorite, the former three-time title challenger, Aleksandar the Mauler Gustafsson. This isn't what Gus is walking out to, but it kind of makes me think of, I watched the rain down in Africa. That's what it sounds like, kind of. Yeah, Michael comments on it too. Rocky like. Sounds like a pump you up to be the hero on an old timey video game. And he's running to the octagon wearing flip flops. Running in flip flops is awkward, man. But anywho, sorry for all my coughing. He is wearing black shorty shortboard shorts, showing off those long, nice legs of his, I guess. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. Please, please, please. It would be great if we get to 100. We got at 76. 100 would be flipping great. I'd love you forever. Excuse me. And now, Aleksandar Gustafsson is in the SB Nation MMA Prep Point, brought to you by BloodyElbow.com and MMAmania.com. Gus has his mouthpiece in. He's hugging his cornerman. It's main event time. Pop this here delicious Thunderhead Brewing peach wheat ale. Gus has a 6-1 record when fighting in Sweden, undefeated at the Ericsson Globe. Finished 14 of 18 wins, 11 knockouts. He's got notable wins over Jimi Manuwa and Shogun Hua. All those guys are washed. Washed, I tell you. All of his notable wins are just washes. Most of Smith's wins are washed as well, but Smith does have the rear naked choke over Volkan Oezdemir. Gustafsson's trunks are Muay Thai style. They're slit up the side, but they are shorty short. JV likes Gus here, but it'll be close. Great fight on paper. I'm cheering for the guy from Nebraska City, Nebraska, the home of Arbor Day, Anthony Lionheart Smith. I am a Nebraskan. I got to cheer for my fellow Nebraskan. And my wife is basically from Anthony Smith's hometown. Beer's good. Beer's good. Beer is good. And stuff. All right, I'm going to get the clock ready for you guys. All right, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Smith is younger by 2 years at 30, 1 inch shorter at 6'4", weighed in 1 pound heavier at 206, and is at a 3-inch reach disadvantage at 76 inches. Nice. Shout out to the Midwest. Yeah, yeah. Sing a song about the heartland, the only place I feel at home. All right, our 3 judges octagon side are Ben Cartledge, Mark Collette, and Dave Leatherby. Our referee in charge of the octagon, Mark Goddard. And now, for those in attendance and watching around the world, this is the main event we've all been waiting for since about 9 a.m. today. From the sold out, it's time. Five rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter. 31 wins, 14 losses. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 206 pounds. Fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, Cornhusker country, Anthony Lionheart Smith. And he gets booed again. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black Muay Thai trunks, holding a professional record, 18 wins, 5 losses. He stands 6 foot 5 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Stockholm, Sweden, a minus 280 favorite, Aleksandar the Mauler Gustafsson. James, or Luke James, I'm not relevant, my dude, but I'm just trying to give you a play-by-play stream here. If you don't like it, mosey on. I thank you for stopping by. All right, there you are in the center of the cage. Mark says, Anthony, Alexander, you know exactly what I want from you. Fight clean, fight hard. Touch gloves if you want to do it, and let's do this damn thing. Here it is, the main event of the evening. The UFC light heavyweight division is one of the most storied in the promotion, and we touch gloves. We're in the center of the cage right now. They switched sides where their back was pointed. Aleksandar Gustafsson on the outside, circling to his right. Smith with his back to the center of the cage. Briefly switches to southpaw, but both guys are in the orthodox stance. Thanks, video start. Gustafsson moving to his right. Right on the edge of the fence, similar to what Tyron Woodley does. Anthony Smith on the prowl. Gus with a Muay Thai, like bounce on his knee in the front there. Bouncing back and forth on his feet. Not really anything happening just yet. There. Overhand right, touched the head, but it was briefly blocked by Gustafsson. It was thrown by Anthony Smith. Smith feinting with his legs, like he's going to go for a low kick. Doesn't throw them, just feinting with them. Showing that he has the weapons in the arsenal. Gustafsson still skirting the outside of the cage, moving to his right. Smith briefly switches to his southpaw. Maybe he's trying to corral Gustafsson to go the other way, but he's back to the orthodox stance. Ooh, jab to the body, overhand right. Barely found his target, but Anthony Smith throwing some decent combinations right now. Outside low kick lands for Smith. I want Anthony Smith to win, Fahim. Oh. Side kick to the thigh landed for Gustafsson. Jab to the body attempted by Gustafsson. Smack dab in the center of the cage, right on top of the Thunderhead Brewing logo. Dan Hardy says that Smith seems comfortable, and he's staring at the chest of Gustafsson. Gustafsson moving a lot. Got a lot of movement. Smith briefly goes southpaw. Overhand left landed. Got a reaction out of the commentators. Left kick to the body. Evaded by Gustafsson. Thrown by Smith. Smith's in the center of the cage. Guess what? Aleksandar Gustafsson moving laterally to his right. Outside low kick lands for Smith. Front kick to the thigh lands for Gustafsson. Gustafsson's got a cut on his shin, bleeding down to his foot. Must be from a low kick. Smith is on the front foot. Gustafsson is moving laterally. Gustafsson feinting with his hands a lot, feinting with his legs quite a bit, not firing much. Smith trying to corral Gustafsson. Overhand right attempted. Gustafsson turns and runs away like he does, similar to what Overeem does. Just ran away from that offering from Smith. Outside low kick missed from Smith. Stomped to the thigh, landed for Gustafsson. Michael Clipper says Gus is moving, but it feels more fidgety, sort of like what Volkanovski did lately. What Volkanovski did against Jose Aldo is he knew that Aldo reacted too heavily to feints. So Volkanovski just, like when he wasn't actually throwing a strike, he was feinting. So it looked like he was throwing something all of the time, and then that froze Jose Aldo. Maybe that is what Gustafsson's doing right now. Gustafsson Smith feinted a front kick, and then he threw a front kick to the body. Didn't find the range on it. Overhand right missed from Smith. Gustafsson skirting the edge of the cage, moving to his right. Left hook landed on the chin of Gustafsson from Smith. Stomp to the thigh missed from Gustafsson. Stomp to the thigh, inside low kick lands for Gustafsson. Gustafsson is just bouncing around all over the place. You could get, like, dude did some Adderall before he came out here. Inside low kick. Big inside low kick lands for Smith. Outside low kick lands for Smith. Left hook lands for Smith. Huh. Who would I rather have been in that round? I would have rather been Smith. I'm giving it 10-9 Smith. What do you think? Yeah, that shin looks pretty gross. Gustafsson's corner's calling for more jabs. Gustafsson's corner was speaking English, and there's a translator who's telling us what he's saying. Now he's not speaking English, but for a minute there he was speaking English, and a translator was just telling us in clearer English what he was saying. How would you score that round, Michael? Smith's corner said Spear 7 and Ninja. The blood coming from his legs from a Gus check to low kick from Smith. It was a right low kick from Smith. Here we go, round number 2. They're in the center of the cage. Gustafsson's now... Gustafsson a little bit on the front foot now, moving forward. Both of them feinting with the shoulders, feinting with their hands a lot. Gus went with a front kick to the body and then upstairs. Neither of them landed. Big overhand right missed for Smith. Now Smith's on the front foot, moving forward. Has Gus moving laterally to his right, up against the fence again. Smith is going to need to utilize a lead left hook to stymie the right lateral movement of Gustafsson. Dan Hardy's talking about right now how the fidgety movement, like Michael commented on, of Gustafsson is making it hard for Smith to find him because he's always moving. Big overhand right thrown from Anthony Smith to Gus, and Gus just ducked right under it. Smith backed away for a second, looked at his corner. They're obviously yelling him some instruction. Gus just was feinted an overhand right, but it was like a big feint. He like almost drew it all the way out, but didn't throw it. And a low kick landed for Gus. Inside low kick lands for Smith. Jab to overhand right, missed for Smith. Now Smith dropped his level, was dropping his shoulders a little bit, kind of stalking Gustafsson. Gustafsson with a jab and then a right hook to the body. Gus on the outside of the double stripe. Moving to his right. For a minute there, he's moving to his left, but Gus is moving to his right a whole bunch. Back and to the right. Back and to the right. Gus came with a jab. Didn't find the range. Smith tried to counter with a left hook. Left high kick landed on the guard of Gustafsson from Smith. Things like that will get Gus to stop just moving to his right this whole fight. Gus with a stomp to the thigh. Now Gus moving to his left. Laterally, still close to the fence. Jab cross to the body lands for Smith. Overhand left. Well, like a... kind of overhand left, but it's from the orthodox stance. From Smith landed. Inside low kick missed from Smith. Gus just like... kind of did a little jog in place thing. And breathed in deep. Maybe... work out some lactic acid in his legs from running so much. I don't know. Or moving around so much. Guys exchange low kicks. Uppercut, then a right straight, then a right kick, and a left hand behind it. All land, but not cleanly for Anthony Smith. Stomp to the thigh lands for Gus. Not a hard one, but it touched him. Left hook lands for Smith. Jab to the body, then a jab to the face. Didn't have the range, but Gus throwing out some range finders. Gus moving to his right now. We're on the edge of the double stripe in the center of the cage. Smith dropping his, he's squatting down a little bit right now. Maybe he's got an idea of throwing an uppercut or something. Gus with a couple of push kicks to the body and the leg. Gus moving to his right. Left hook to the body lands for Smith. Big one. Left high kick did not find the range from Gus, but Gus was throwing out quite a bit of action there. Jab cross missed from Gus, but the crowd reacts to it. Front kick to the body missed from Smith. Momentum, there really isn't momentum on either side right now. We've got these guys kind of throwing a wide variety of strikes at range, with Gus moving quite a bit. It seems like Smith lands harder. Gus is being busier, I guess. And now Gus is on the front foot. He has Smith circling to his left along the fence. I say we give round 2 to Gus. Renegade Gunner says Gus going to do a comeback and TKO in round 5. Jackson Rounds, I missed every fight on the main card. What the F is up with that? I don't know, but what's up, Jackson? Kayla Muskovich says Gus about to get KO'd. Yeah, what do you guys think? If anybody else is watching the fights, or just based on what I was saying, do you think that Gus won the second round? I think he did, but maybe I'm wrong. One to one, says Renegade Gunner. I agree. All right, we're getting ready for round number 3. You got to get this. Round number trace. About to go down. Gus still jumping in his corner. Here we go. Round number 3. They touch gloves in the center of the cage. Both guys orthodox stance. Gus light on his front foot. Push kick to the thigh. Landed for Gus. Both guys feinting with their hands, feinting with their shoulders, moving around a lot. Gus with some range-finding kicks to the thigh. Gus went with a jab, didn't find the range, but it... sorry. Gus now pressing forward, jabbing his way in tight on Smith. Smith threw a right hand to maybe back Gus off a little bit. No dice. Lead left hook. Land for Gus, and then a right hand behind it. Rear hand uppercut missed for Gus. Now we got a little firefight going on here. They exchange straight rights and uppercuts. Jab to the body, then jab to the head. Missed for Gus. Jab to outside low kick lands for Gus. Clipper, what did Luke say? I don't know what Luke said. Oh, there he is. Thanks, Luke. Crowd is ho 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 ho. Center of the cage, they're exchanging outside low kicks. Anthony Smith pressing forward. Got Gus moving to his left now, jabbing as he does that. A little pedaling out his legs. Gustafsson, now he's pedaling out his legs as he moved to his right now. Gus lands across on Smith. Smith looks like Smith feels some urgency, and he's kind of running Gus down. Ooh, big right hand lands for Smith. Gus leaned against the fence, ducked kind of down, and then got out of the way of any more attack from Smith. But that was a big right hand landed for Smith. Jab to the body lands for Gustafsson. It feels like the momentum... Sorry for talking so fast there. It feels like the momentum is on the side of Gustafsson right now, and it's like just coming to his side more and more and more. Smith has the threat of a big shot at any moment, but I think that Gus has the fight in hand right now without even trying to go to the ground. Travis Airy says Gus's boxing experience in full display. Smith struggling with landing punches. Yes, he is. Kayla Muskovich says Gus is going to get cracked with some elbows. They're changing low kicks here. They're doing exchanges here. Rear leg kick to the body. Smith landed. Then a rear leg front kick. Didn't find the range from Smith. Outside low kick lands for Smith. Couple of jabs land for Gus. They trade left hooks. Smack dab in the center of the cage right now. Gus is not moving laterally right now. In fact, he came forward with a jab and a couple of right straights. One found its range, which the crowd reacted to. The next one did not. But the first one was a pretty significant strike. In terms of how many significant strikes have been landed over there, that one was a pretty significant one. They just showed us a stat where Gus has landed 33 low kicks to 9 of Smith. And I think Smith needs to throw more low kicks because of how, and as I say that, he gets an outside low kick, because of how bouncy Gus is. How like Gus runs sometimes, he does a little jog and he's bouncing all over the place. Stinging jab from Gus might have hurt Smith. Outside low kick lands from Gus. Jab cross lands for Gus. Inside low kick counter from Smith. Outside low kick land for Smith. And the blood on the foot of Gus is really plentiful right now. Left kick to the body lands for Gustafsson and a takedown attempt. He gets it. Body lock takedown. And Smith is going for an inverted triangle attempt. He's basically got a... not quite. Aleksandar Gustafsson is inside control on Anthony Smith. Smith's trying to go for an inverted triangle, but no dice. I think that left body kick from Gustafsson really hurt Smith. And if Gus wouldn't have gone for the takedown, I think Smith was probably going to topple over. Yeah, Paul Felder's mentioning that right now, that Gus didn't realize how much he hurt Smith. But now Gus is working for some ground and pound. He's in three-quarter guard, and that's where we end the round. Big left body kick to takedown attempt, body lock takedown attempt from Aleksandar Gustafsson. The biggest moments of the fight, the clearest rounds of the night. Gustafsson in full control right now over Anthony Smith. I'm trying to listen to Smith's corner. His coach is saying in the first and second rounds, Smith's volume was higher. Look at me. It's fourth round. Championship round time. Smith's coach says you need to volume up. Work the blend. Use the stick push. Boom, left body kick. Yeah, the left body kick that Gus landed was hard as hell. And I think Smith still hurt from it. But immediately Smith cringed, kind of toppled over. But as he was doing that, Gustafsson grabbed the body lock and took him to the ground. I think if Gus would have just stayed at a distance, he might have been able to get a finish on the feet there. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. My goal is 100. They touch gloves in the center of the cage. Start the timer. Inside low kick lands for Gus. Gustafsson now on his bike, moving to the right, skirting the edge of the octagon on the outside of the double stripe. Smith trying to get to his left side to corral him and make him go left. He gets him to go left now. Gustafsson still light on his feet, decides to switch and go back to his right. Oh, left inside low kick landed for Smith. Almost caught the cup. That's why I reacted so severely. Overhand left attempt, or like a fake to left high kick for Smith. The high kick landed, but it didn't have any mustard behind it. No problem, Luke. Thanks for being here. I drink a lot too. Gus tried for a trip takedown, didn't get it. Now Smith on top of Gus against the fence. Gus getting back to his feet. Smith got one hook in. Smith has a hook in. Gustafsson is on all fours. Smith has the right hook in. He's got an underhook from the back position, keeping himself on the back of Gustafsson. One right uppercut, ground and pound strike landed. Now he's got both hooks in, but Gus is on his hands and feet. He's got to get. I think Gus is trying to shake Smith off the top. Smith's trying to get the underhooks to bring Gus's hands off the mat and then bring him to the canvas and avoid getting shaken off the top. Smith bringing himself lower on the back so he doesn't get shaken off the top. He's got his underhooks. He's flattened Gus out now. Or not quite flat, but he's got him off of his hands and feet. He's pretty flat now. And Smith's landed a little bit of ground and pound. Elbow to the side of the head of Gustafsson. Another elbow to the side of the head of Gustafsson. Right hammer, or right just ground and pound fists. Smith's working for an underhook, or working to get the hand under the chin. Smith has his arm underneath the chin of Gustafsson. He's wrapping the Mate de Leon up. He's stretching him out. Anthony Smith might have the Mate de Leon locked up. Anthony Smith finished Aleksandar Gustafsson in the 4th round with the Mate de Leon. Yes! Woo! Team Nebraska. Yes. Yes. Anthony Smith finished Aleksandar Gustafsson with a rear naked choke in the 4th round. Way to go, Anthony Smith. Yes. Yes. I can't believe he was getting tooled up in rounds 2 and 3. Come back, countered the takedown attempt of Aleksandar Gustafsson by getting the back, immediately put the hook in, worked his way to get the other hook in, got the double underhooks, flattened Gus out once he got him kind of on the canvas, searched his hand under there, and locked it up. Beautiful. We're watching the replay of the takedown attempt. It was a jab. It was a drab to a high flip single. And then he didn't get that. He tried for the judo throw, and Smith countered with a whizzer. Let me see this again. No, he had the whizzer. So he goes in for the high push and then the single leg. So push up top, grab the single leg out from underneath Smith. Didn't get that. Tried to switch it into a whizzer judo throw. Didn't get that either. And Smith just kind of ran Gustafsson up against the fence, ran him to the fence, put the right hook in immediately. Paul Felder just mentioned that the crowd is silent. And so Smith, once he got that right hook in, kind of jumped on the back, put the other hook in. Gustafsson on his hands and feet, trying to shake Smith off the top. Smith with the underhooks, took his arms out from underneath of him, got him to get down to his hands and knees, searched searched his left arm underneath. Yeah, he searched his left arm underneath, right hand in there for the Mate de Leon. Wow. Great finish from Anthony Smith. Oi Yeet Yeet says, Gustafsson, please don't retire. Video start time helper per usual. All you have to do is take Gus down after the 3rd round and win. Oh, Leonardo B says, I think it's just Mate Leon. Fine. My bad. My bad, guys. Mate Leon. Michael Clipper says, I think Gus landed more in rounds 2 and 3, but everything Smith hit had more impact, and he ultimately dictated more of the fight. Agreed. I gotta look up if that's the Mate de Leon or it's just the Mate Leon. But now I have no idea. Yeah, it's just the Mate Leon. My bad. Maybe I was thinking De Leon's. It's a Mexican restaurant in town. Now we're talking to Alexander Gus. No, we're talking to Anthony Smith. Smith said he's been with a great jiu-jitsu coach since from white belt to black, and he's finally getting to a point where he can show it. We'll talk about that in a minute, Jackson. Remind me. Wait. Anthony Smith said a hard left hook that he landed in the first round broke his hand. Wow. Smith says he wants to give a thank you to Alexander Gustafsson. And he wants to give a thank you to Sweden and Stockholm itself. I know that I was coming into enemy territory. You guys all week long didn't make me feel like an enemy. I think you guys seen that me and Alex respect each other. He said, one of us has to win, and of course I want it to be me, but there's part of me that's sad for him. It sucks that we had to meet up. He's a good guy and had to lose in his hometown. Jackson Round says, Smith is such a purist. That guy likes fighting. And now, Dan Hardy's with Alexander Gustafsson. Gus is taking his gloves off. Gus is taking his gloves off. Said it's hard. You do it because you love it, you know. It is what it is. He said Lionheart Smith there is a beast, man. He's tough as nails. He's a true warrior, true fighter. A great guy to have in this division. Gustafsson says he wants to thank everybody in the arena for the support. Excuse me. Gus says, yeah, what can I say? The show is over, guys. Puts his gloves down. Make some noise for your hometown hero, Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson. Anthony Smith gets the win in the main event of UFC Stockholm. Alexander Gustafsson takes the gloves off and leaves him in the cage. And overall, I think this card ended up pretty darn good. Let's run over some results, and then we'll get ready to do the post-fight show. So in the main event, Anthony Smith gets that rear naked choke at 2:38 of round number 4. Before that, Aleksandar Rakic destroyed Jimi Manuwa, slept him hard with a left high kick off of an uppercut attempt. Amirkhani with a gorgeous anaconda choke of Chris Fishgold in the second round of their fight. Iagos put on a wrestling clinic against Hadzovic on his way to a 29-27, 29-27, 29-28 unanimous decision victory. And before that, Daniel Tamer put on a very, like a masterclass performance against Sung Benjoe. We only need 6 more thumbs up to get my goal of 100 thumbs up on this video. If you could help me with that, guys, I would truly appreciate it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Again, please give the video a thumbs up. I need 6 more. It would mean a lot to me. I'm going to go regroup and then come back with Zane Simon and Eddie Mercado to do a post-fight show. If you're not going to join us for that, you can follow me on Twitter at Flyin Brian J. Follow me on Facebook at Flyin Brian Show. And that's pretty much it. If you like beer, I'm on Untapped at Flyin Brian J as well. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll see you in a few moments for the post-fight show. Thanks a lot, guys. Namaste.